Good morning. My name is Lisa Daisel. I'm from the UNISA Directorate for Counselling and Career Development. We are welcoming you this morning to hear more about the Openserve Masters and PhD Postgraduate Program. Today with us, we've got Ms. Lerato Mashwani and Ms. Tapiwa Chandeka. Ms. Mashwani is specialist in talent acquisition and onboarding from Openserve Talent Management. She's an experienced human resource management professional with a demonstrated history of working in the audit, consulting and ICT industry. Lerato is skilled in performance management, project management, employee relations, talent acquisitions, onboarding, EVP and talent management. And then we've got Ms. Tapiwa Chandeka. She's an engineer within the Openserve Engineering Center of Excellence and performs the role of IT solution architect for Openserve. Tapiwa is the social media coordinator for SATNAC, which is the Southern Africa Telecommunications Networks and Applications Conference. SATNAC is a Telkom-hosted ICT conference where industry, academia, and operators publish on matters concerning progress achieved in applied research in the ICT sector. She holds an MSc in Computer Science from Rhodes University and previously presented a full paper at SATNAC in 2019. So from the UNISA Directorate for Counselling and Career Development, we welcome Lerato and Tapiwa this morning to talk to us about the Openserve Masters and PhD Postgrad program. As she is presenting, you are welcome to post any questions that you have in the Q&A section. So without further ado, Lerato and Tapiwa, a very warm welcome. And you are welcome to start with to share your presentation with us, Lerato.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for the welcome. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll just start with my slides. I am joined by my colleague, Tapiwa. Later on, she will also do some presentation as well on her side. Let me just share my slides quickly. Lisa has done an amazing intro already. So I will just move straight right along to the agenda for today. So before we get into the program and what the program is about, I will start about Openserve. I'm not sure if many of you understand who we are and what we do. I will talk through about the competitive landscape and I will discuss some of the focus areas that we are involved in. I will go through on how you can apply for this amazing opportunity, and then later on we'll have Tapiwa, who will speak about her COE Center of Excellence journey with Openserve. Great. So Openserve, we are part of Telkom. As many of you might understand, many moons ago, there used to be like those telephones that you find at home. So we own the copper, so we helped connect families around the world, if I may say that. So that's the evolution of where our business started. And then in 2015 we acquired Business Connection to be part of Telkom. And then from then in October in 2015 there was a business decision that we need to separate and launch Openserve so that it can be stand alone when it comes to as the infrastructure, as the network infrastructure. So the decision, because Telkom Mobile was also competing with the likes of MTN and Vodacom, so the decision was to separate Openserve so that our clients can understand that we provide the same service that are similar to what we provide to Telkom Mobile as well. So yeah, we are South Africa's leading wholesale infrastructure and we provide, connectivity. We have the largest open access, network across South Africa. As you can imagine, we've been here for many years. So we have a lot of, infrastructure around South Africa. So in 2020, there was a leadership team that was appointed, to lead Openserve into the new generation, and as well as, move the service into one division. So at the moment, we also have group IT into our Openserve. And then now recently, we just, got a go ahead that we can actually be, we can legally and structurally separate for Telkom. So that allows us an opportunity where investors can invest directly into Openserve rather than investing into the whole, Telkom and BCX. So that way it has allowed us to be more agile and to make, decision a bit better. So from the 1st of September 22 to 22 will be like, a legal PTY, limited, if I may say that. In terms of, the kind of, business that we are involved in. So Openserve has a lot of skills that are very unique. So we have a combination of skills and network and technology that gives us a distinctive advantage to provide innovative solutions that, unlocks the value that the shareholder, is looking for. And it creates opportunity to connect to tomorrow. So if you want to be part of tomorrow's future. So this is, the company that you want to be a part of. Some of the, portfolios that we offer broadband solutions. So many of you might have access, to fiber at home. So we normally work with your ISPs, which are internet service providers. So your Neotel, your Vumatel. So we provide the pipes, the network, to connect to that. So after that, they will connect to you as the consumer. So that's how, in terms of our market, channel, we connect. We also have an optical, carrier solutions as well. So there's different, carriers who are, part of us, like MTN and Vodacom. So in terms, we have a lot of towers. So we have one in RTPS. So MTN can buy a tower somewhere else, but they will need our infrastructure because of our experience in the industry, and because, we have really engineers who have been in the market and understand what the network is about. We also offer enterprise solutions. This is to businesses, so you can, all the ATMs for them to operate, that will be, through us. At your engine garages, when you go there for you to be able to swipe, that is through us. And then global solutions as well. So we have like the biggest undersea cable, which, connects us to the likes of, Google, Microsoft. Those are one of our global connections. And then internet connection could be, companies like Neotel. They might wanna have network in Kuruman, and not everybody has those networks in those parts of the world. So we would have those solutions. So we would offer like a pipe for them to connect their clients to that. So even our, competitors, if you may call them that, we do offer those interconnect solutions. So yeah, we in the international space as well. We interact with business, but in terms of consumers, that will be, through our ISPs, that is the internet, service, providers. We have many partners, we have many clients across different segments. So our business, it's that it allows you to interact, in different, parts or segments. Yeah, in terms of the competitive landscape, the wholesale market is evolving, right? And then there's many players that are playing there. So because we are the biggest and the most experienced, we operate internationally, nationally, and I think maybe the biggest one would be Access, where you have the likes of Hirotel and Vumatel, who operate at a metro level. I mean, it is, they are increasing when in terms of, fighting for the layers within the market. So this is the landscape in terms of, where we play, as Openserve. And if you are, to work with us in the future, or if you want to join us, some of the focus areas that we look at is the fiber deployment. So making sure that, we have enough footprint. We deploy, or fiber. We also provide, LTE, solutions as well. Another focus area is IT. So we're always looking for ways that, our customers, they can get a service from us the quickest way, using the best systems, the best processes. In terms of service delivery, we want to make sure that, we improve our assurance and our fulfillment across, the regions and the centers. So we want to get the best talent who will be able to, help us in providing the best, service to our clients. And after the other, focus area that we look at is to commercialize, our portfolios. That is, making sure that we are commercial within, the industry. So in everything that we do, we always, we want to give a distinctive client experience, right? So that is coupled by high quality and agile network, and with the, separation of Openserve into a legal entity. That is what we're trying, to achieve. We also want to give, the best, service, delivery excellence. And we want to have diversified, products and services. We always, introducing, diverse and digital, ways that we can, improve our business and allow our customers, an experience where we can, provide, solutions for them. So the customer and the employee well-being, and as well as, safety, is of our highest priority as Openserve. So there's many initiatives that we've, tried, to partner with, especially, with what we went through with, COVID-19. So yeah, so that is mainly the business in terms of, who we are and the kind of, clients that we have as Openserve. In terms of the culture, the people, I decided to share, one of the awards that we received great recognition when it comes to the reward, associations. We were placed first place last year, November. So it does show you that we want our people to be rewarded, to be given, the best benefits, and because we have such high caliber of talent within the business. So it was, great to receive that, recognition. And then LinkedIn, so this is, they just select, the top 25 best of companies. So LinkedIn, top companies, we were part of that, ranking the best 25 companies to work for in South Africa. So it shows that we are interested in investing in our talent and helping build, careers. And as you will hear later on from Tapio on how, she has built a career, and as well as being part of, a long-term success. So this is not only just attracting talent, but we want to make sure that the people that we have at the moment, we retain them, we provide them with opportunities that, really add value for them, as well as, for the company. The reason that I'm here, one of my best reasons that I'm here, is to share, that we are recruiting. So I'm just going to pause here and just play this video for a second. Yeah, so we are actually inviting our masters and our PhD, graduates. So we have a program that's called a Center of Excellence. We've had this program for the past 20 years, right, as Openserve, but the past 20 years it was mainly targeted for electrical engineers, as well as IT professionals. But because of the nature of our business or of how it's evolving, and yeah, so we are actually inviting everyone who's also in the finance as well as sales and marketing to come, join our ICT professionals, because it's such a huge organization for you to learn, to improve on, whatever, knowledge that you have already. So we're inviting everyone to apply for this amazing opportunity. If you want to apply, I'll share the link. I'll also share the slides. You can visit Telkom SA Limited. I know our recruiting site still sits under Telkom SA Limited for now, but that will be change. That will change. But yeah, so the closing date is on the 15th of August. So we're really looking for the best talent, innovative individual, people who are passionate, open to use the experience or the academia that they have to add value into the business. Yeah, I'm just gonna pause here for now, and then I'm gonna allow Tapiwa to take us through her journey in terms of where she started. Like, she's from the COE, the technical more focused, whereas this program now really is open to everybody and everyone in different regions. So you don't have to be based in Pretoria per se. So it's open to everyone compared to before. So it's a 12-month program. Which really we're trying to build your leadership skills, because we believe the people that we're recruiting for this will be the future of Openserve, will be the future of the network industry and or the ICT industry. So I will allow Tapiwa to talk through her her journey.
Thanks, Larato. I'm not sure if you're gonna share from your side. Okay, cool.
Yes, I'll share from my side.
All right, cool. Okay, so good morning to everyone online. So just I think a very lovely intro was given earlier of who I am and what I'm doing within the open source space. So my journey, my COE journey, actually started in 2017, in February 2017, where I started my master's. So my master's at Rose University, which is one of the Telkom centers of excellence. I think right now there's still 15 universities that are actually part of the COE program. So my journey started in 2017, where I started doing my master's right through the beginning of 2019 in January, which is when I completed. So I was funded by the COE for those 2 years. And then after finishing my degree, then I actually started working as a COE engineer within the Telkom, within the Telkom Group COE. So that was in 2019. I was part of the Enterprise Architecture Group. I began by doing, mostly application support and some development for some of the systems that we use in the team, and for some of the applications that we use in the team. Then after that, I then actually moved to doing solutions architecture. So that was in 2020 that I started doing more solutions architecture work. And I'm still working as a solutions architect, but then also, like Lerato mentioned, that there is a huge drive where the different business units are pretty much becoming, we going under a journey of independence. So where we pretty much decoupling the different business units. So as of last year, I was fully now assigned to the Openserve architecture team under digital and strategy. Under digital and strategy. So yeah, pretty much from 2021 till now, a solutions architect within Openserve. So just to give an idea of some of the projects that I've worked on, one of the key things that we wanted to do within the digital and strategy space was, having moving to a cloud-based platform for some of our solutions. So I was a solution architect to, putting down our cloud environment for some of our solutions. And also, I don't know how many of you are aware that Openserve does actually have an end user app. So as Larito mentioned, our customers are actually the ISPs through which you get your, connectivity. But we didn't want to stay distanced from the end users because, they still depend on us to actually get the, we do the installations and that are needed for these services. So, we still don't want to, be disengaged from our end users. Hence, we, came about with the Openserve Connect app. So on that, you can check your coverage, you can test your service, if it's an Openserve service, you can do all sorts of things. Also, if there's like faults that we're aware of in your area, we publish all that on your on the app. So it's a very informative app, and it also, we constantly building new functionality into it. And then also, if you've been on the lookout, you'll see that over the past, especially from last year and this year, we've made some changes on our websites and how those look. So I was also a solutions architect, on a lot of those projects. And then also the SATNAC, I'm not sure how, many of you are aware of the SATNAC conference or have been a part of it or have written papers for SATNAC. But, we had a very outdated looking website for quite the past few years. So now we gave that a revamp and tried to make it a bit more informative, and so that's that we did. And then on a more day-to-day kind of projects, I work on a lot of like master data management projects, where that can be like new products or any sort of other data related projects. Also, a lot of solution enhancements. Like Lerato mentioned, we do care about the customer experience and improving that, and a lot of work is going into how do we improve our internal processes, but also how do we add new capabilities so that we have an improved customer experience for the end users. So that's sort of at a high level some of the projects that I've been involved in, or some of the solutions that I've been a part of whilst I'm at Openserve and Telkom Group. So yeah, that's been my COE journey. I don't know if there are any questions, or if Lerato, you have anything to add to that?
No, thank you so much. Thanks, Tapio. I think the next session would be the Q&A session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lerato and Tapio. We've got a couple of questions. I'm just going to share my screen with the audience quickly. Okay, so let me see the questions. Joseph asked, what do you think are the specific things that makes Openserve one of the top companies to work for in South Africa?
I don't know. I'll go. I think it's how, in terms of benefits. First can start with that. It's one of the companies to work for because, you know, they care. There's a work-life, you know, balance that's encouraged, and we have amazing benefits. And you understand the bigger purpose to work, you know, for Openserve is that you are trying to connect South Africa. So if you know you care about people, you care about learning and improving yourself, and coming up with tools for the future tomorrow. I think that is what makes it, you know, one of the best companies. The fact that we care about our communities. We have a lot of, you know, social giving back to the communities in terms of benefits and learning. There's always an opportunities, you know, to learn, even in this tough times. I mean, the past 2 years, we were allowed, you know, to work from home, and not even, you know, once did any, you know, did we had to feel like we have to be in the office, you know. So being able to adjust with the company and move forward, and being taken care of, especially in such a difficult time, that we still got our full salaries, even during COVID, and a lot of people, they didn't, you know, receive those kind of things. I think that is, you know, what makes it, you know, one of the best companies, you know, to work for.
Thank you, Lerato. Somebody also asked, you know, do you have any opportunities for undergrad students in general at Openserve?
At the moment, we don't, but normally we do have, every 2 years, we do go on a recruitment drive to look for undergrads. So we have internships for 2 years. So we definitely do have opportunities for grads, but it's every 2 years that we have those opportunities.
Let's see. Also, to the both of you, maybe what kind of projects could one expect to work on as part of the program that you were talking about?
Tapiwa, maybe if you can take that. I mean, it will depend on the industry I think you're in, because at the moment it's quite vast, you know. We have finance, so in finance you can work in projects that are aligned to that. But I think maybe Tapiwa did share, you know, some of the project that she worked in as a center of excellence, a grad. So yeah, those are the kind you really do get involved. So yeah, so maybe if she can share some of the projects again for someone who has missed that. Yeah.
Thanks, Lerato. So I think you know, because you know, in Openserve, there's a lot of you know, there's a lot of different projects that are running. So I think it all depends on, you know, which area you're placed into. Like, you know, at the moment, you know, as part of this COE program, the idea is to actually bring in a lot of different skills from the graduates. So depending on what your area of like research and focus is, you may be more into the like technical product development side, whereas I am less on the technical product development side, or, you know, some people are a bit more hands-on in terms of testing the technologies, and sometimes also having to go into the labs to actually work with the new, you know, if there's new equipment or new devices that we want to bring into our network. So, you know, that needs to be tested and needs to be, you know, see how that will work with our network, you know. So you can be more deeply involved in the networking side, or the technical product development side, or you can be like, you know, with the architecture, it's more looking at the solutions. Like for my side, it's looking at, you know, what system changes do we need to make in order to, you know, allow to cater for a certain business requirement, for example. So I think there are quite a few areas. And I think that was something that would give an idea, is mainly just understanding, what it is that Openserve does. Because then you get the idea that, okay, so we're more focused on the networking side, on the the infrastructure that will support the network. So I'd say what you can expect is to work on projects that are more aligned to that. But obviously how the kind of day-to-day work that you'll be doing in that space will depend on which which team you're assigned into, and what the what kind of focus that team has. So yeah, I don't know if that answers the question, but I think that's it's hard to say specifically at this point. Yeah.
Thank you, Tapiwa. What I heard you say that stood out for me is that it seems to also depend on the kind of research that you as the graduate has been working on. So there's room for different areas that one could be placed into to develop in your stream. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Then Wandisile said, hi Tapiwa, do you have any tips on how to prepare to apply for this program and also other grad opportunities in general?
Okay, so I think a tip I would have is that, the nice thing with most grad programs, they they do understand that you're coming from an academic background, so you don't really have any work experience yet. So as long as you are showing a key interest in learning, and like I said, for with the COE program, a lot of my colleagues are working in different spaces, some in architecture, some in product development, some more on the networking side. So I think it's good to show your interests. So if there's and even development as well, like coding and so in the application development. So if you have a specific area that you feel like you are interested in, or maybe sometimes you're not sure. Like when I came in, one of the things that I was asked is, I highlighted, okay, these are the kind of projects that I've worked on. This is what my research was on. I enjoy problem solving, and, put the things that interest you. And then that also then helps them to, know which area to put you into. So as long as you keep an open mind and know that, you're going to be learning once you go in, but also if you want to drive, because a lot of things that, sometimes you want to go into a grad program and be told what must happen. What I quickly learned is, the more information you give and the more interest you're showing in certain projects, the more you'll actually get involved and placed into such projects. So I think my advice would be, have an idea of what is interesting you. It doesn't mean you have to commit to that forever. Nice thing with a space like Openserve also is, there are different areas where you can make your contribution. So whilst you're working in the one area, you might find, actually, I'm pretty good at what they are doing, and I'd like to get more involved on that. So always pay attention to, what projects are they doing right now, and how could I get involved in that, and also what do I want to learn and grow. So giving that information will also help you to be find yourself in a space that you actually enjoy, and yeah. I don't know if that's a helpful answer, but
I think it's very helpful. Again, what I heard is that, a lot of it is also up to you. So in any kind of environment, whether it's at Openserve or other organizations, it's important for you to identify the opportunities and how you can become part of those in order to develop your career.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Tapiwa, this one is also for you. Martin asked if you can share more about SATNAC and how your involvement with them is helping you in your career.
Okay, so the nice thing with a conference like SATNAC is that when you especially when you move from the research academic space and into the work world, it's easy to get so focused on, what you are doing in your space or within Openserve. So the nice thing with a conference, or for me, that I still enjoy is it allows me to have access to, I mean, at this conference, if you check on the website now, this year's conference is actually at the end of August. We have several speakers from different, from Telkom Group, but also from, other, organizations that will be presenting there. So you get to hear what they are looking at, what is their focus, and not only the business side or the industry input, but also students who are working on research. So mostly honors, masters, PhD also present their research. So it's in two parts. There's the industry presentations, and then there's the academic and research focused. So, and then on the academic side, we have two groupings. So the one being full papers. So if this is mainly when your research is already mature, you've pretty much concluded the work, and now you're wanting to present your findings and that. So that allows you to it's very informative for me, as when I do attend, hearing what other people are doing, or hearing new concepts that are being researched. So it's almost like a learning or being in touch with the academia and the research side. But even though I'm no longer still studying fully. And also, you can bring papers where it's a work in progress. So with the work in progress, that's mainly when you're starting off your research, like in the first year of your master's, where you've already started doing some research and looking into, your findings, but the work is not yet mature. So then you can present a paper like that, and then that allows you to get input and guidance from from peers, but also from industry experts to say, actually, we are looking into something like that, and have you looked into this? So then you can get ideas of how to drive your research going forward, which is which I found very useful when I was still doing my research. So I think in terms of the conference itself, it's if you can get involved, that's it tends to be very useful in whether you are now part of industry or you're still part of academia. You get to share a platform with other people who are doing different work from you, because I found masters and PhD is you end up very focused on your everyday is pretty much your work that you're looking into. So I think this helps you to see a bigger picture outside of, where you are.
Thank you, Tapiwe. Somebody asked a question about, what else do I need to add to my master's degree to be more competitive? And then just as an add-on to that, if the two of you could maybe comment on what the most important soft and hard skills are that make an applicant attractive for your organization, for Openserve.
Okay, I'll answer that. I think you need to have a growth, mindset, and be willing, to learn. And then I think that comes through during your interview stage with the behavioral, questions, that they will ask you during your interview. Are you able to take, criticism, very well? And how do you express yourself? So those are some of the soft skills that I can think of. Just be adaptable. As you have seen from Tapiwa's experience, she's been involved in many projects, so managing your time, and so those are the kind of soft skills that we are looking for. We're looking for people who do have the academic experience, but someone who will be engaged, and not not wait for things to happen, but make things happen as well. So those are the kind of skills that are if you don't have, you can always always ask for feedback on from what you can improve on, and work on those soft skills that you are struggling with. Yeah, thanks.
So just to add on that,
Sure.
so that's more from when you're applying, but what I actually find useful also once you're within the organization is that there's a lot you don't know that you have to learn over time. Even now with every new project, it's in the beginning, it's actually more learning. And then over time now I actually start adding more value to the project. And that's just because, some of my colleagues have been, in working on some of these projects for 20 years, So for me, there's a lot to be learned, but also there's a lot more to contribute. So as long as you're very comfortable with not always having the answers, not having a know-it-all attitude, but if you are open to learning, open to understanding, okay, how is this working currently? And then you add your value by saying, okay, now that I understand how this is currently working, I think we could improve it in this way. So if you have the ability to show value to a team and work in a team, and that's a very good skill that will prove useful over time and time again. Also, having a learning mindset to be comfortable with asking questions. So if you're getting good at asking questions, you will do very well, and it will show that, okay, you are engaged. Because sometimes, when people don't know stuff, you sit back and just hope that it doesn't have to be your problem. So I think, yeah, that's some of the skills I would say will prove to be very helpful.
Thank you, Tapiwa and Lerato. That was the last question that came through. If there are any other questions, please take time to post them now. But I am just going to allow Lerato and Tapiwa, is there anything like last comments that you'd like to make just to end off your presentation?
I think maybe Tapiwa, you can go and then I'll just close.
Okay, sure. I don't really have anything else to add, but if you're interested in, let's say, SATNAC, you can check out the SATNAC website. We try to post details on there. For this year's conference, pretty much, the program has been finalized. Call for papers is closed. So, but in future, like for next year and other years going ahead, you can just be on the lookout there. Also, we have LinkedIn, we have Facebook. We try to, keep people updated and posted on what's going on over there as well. And then in terms of, if there are any questions specifically for me, you can also find me, Tapiwa Chindeka, on LinkedIn. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's the closing from my end. Over to you, Lerato.
Thank you so much. We are on LinkedIn. I think we post so many interesting articles. If you're interested to know more about Openserve, I'm also very active on LinkedIn, very responsive. So if you have any other more questions, you can drop me questions. I'm very active and involved there. But yeah, so if this is the place where you want to you start your career with, I can guarantee you that that will not be a bad idea. So good luck with everything, and thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for the opportunity from UNISA for allowing us to come in and talk about Openserve, and we can't wait to do more of these. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tapiwa and Lerato. I just want to mention on the Q&A, I've posted the link to apply for the program. So if you are interested, remember to visit the link to find out more about the program and apply by the closing date on the 15th of August. And then I've also posted a link to SATNAC on the Q&A. Just from our side, we regularly schedule these events. Our hope is that we want to give to students the opportunity to learn more about career-related skills, as well as presentations like this that focus on learning more about the opportunities available at other companies. We would also love to know how you experienced today's presentation, and what did you learn. If there are any questions as Tapiwa and Lerato mentioned, you're welcome to find them on LinkedIn and to engage with them on that platform. If you need to contact us, please send an email to either Mandu Makanya or myself. Our email addresses are on the screen. And then we will be posting a recording of this session on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/UNISA Careers. And then we're also inviting or reminding you about the Virtual Grad Expo. There's one more date on the 19th of August where you will have the opportunity to meet with different employers on an online platform. So there's a lot of presentations taking place. You can find out about opportunities related to different kinds of degrees, but then also specifically STEM, science and engineering, accounting and law. So the Virtual Grad Expo will allow you to register and to engage with employers, about the opportunities that they've got available to graduates. So from our side, I just want to invite my colleague, Mr. Beki Mzobe, just to end off the session and to do the final thank yous. Thank you, Beki.
Thank you very much, Lisa, and good day, everyone. I take this opportunity on behalf of my colleagues and Directorate for Counseling and Career Development to express our heartfelt vote of thanks to our guest speakers, Lerato and Tapiwa, for sharing such an important information with our graduates. As a Directorate for Counseling and Career Development, we are grateful for this initiative and program that seeks to support graduates and skills development and research in the field of science and finance. We hope our graduates will seize this opportunity with both hands. So we'd like to say thank you, Lerato, thank you, Tapiwa, also to say thank you to Openserve and Telkom for this program and initiative. We expect and appreciate your continued support for the future. We would also like to say thank you to our graduates for taking your time to attend today's presentation. Back to you, Lisa.
Thank you very much. Again, thank you very much to everyone who made the time to attend, and we hope to see you at the next session. Please check on my UNISA on the events calendar for future sessions such as these that you can attend. We hope that you enjoyed today's presentation, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you very much.